Heavy is the head that has to manage all of this.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel.
We're now incentivized to buy what we already buy.
Fumbling through college had me building.
I also got some done on the other side.
And that was right around, I would say, May, maybe, right before renewing the lease for this property.
Welcome to the channel, Martha.
Thank you for having me here.
Oh, I was going to say, I am getting up there and age, I'll tell you what.
Bills paid by other people, life was never this good. I had to step back.
Hey everyone, we're back. It's Festus. I'm here with you all again. And my last video on should men be chasing relationships got so much views, so many views and so many responses that I actually wanted to follow that up. And I wanted to talk about certain things in my life that are very key and telling. So if you are someone interested in relationships, especially with the opposite gender, this is something that's going to be very, very crucial for you, especially if you're in your 30s or 20s or even your teens and you're looking for, you know, your purpose and you're looking to fulfill your purpose. Actually, I, again, grew up in a big city, so I have a lot of experience. I grew up in New York City, so I have a lot of experience with various different races, various different people, different religions. And, you know, being on the trains, being on the buses, schools, parties, all that stuff, I was very outgoing. Contrary to what I like to think, you know, because I'm very almost introverted, but I love to express myself through music, through sports, and through partying. And so I was actually outside a lot more than most. And what you start to realize as you grow up is that people are not only attracted to the physical being that you are, right? Because I stay in the gym, I stay in shape, I stay active, but they're also attracted to the determination, the grind, what you put out there into the world, right? So whether I was playing sports, I was always determined on that goal, on that success. And what people see, what women see, is that desire to succeed, the desire to win. And so as I got into the business realm, they started to see, oh, this guy is a doer. He does things, right? So when I got to my new state and I'm in my apartment, I'm in this nice luxury apartment. You got a pool, you got a gym, you got all these amenities, and I'm there going to work every single day, not taking any time off. When I do have a day off or two, I'm spending one time on recovery, the other 2 days or so focused on, you know, the ladies. And over time, they start to see, oh, okay, if I want this guy's time, I need to put in some effort. I need to put in some work. And so, you know, going out, having an abundant mindset was very key and very important. There's a lot of things that I learned just growing up, just speaking to many, many women, hundreds of women, not nearly in the thousands. But what I realized early on is to get rid of those jitterbugs. And this is for the younger audience who still might get those like little butterflies in their stomach, you know, whether it's online talking to someone or in person. The first thing that I had to overcome was really online, just texting, because there were times where I overthought certain things that I would say or overthought certain things that I would communicate. But I realized that, you know, some of these women might only give you a one-word reply. Some of them may not even respond. Some of them may just be as interested in you as you are in them. But the only way to understand how interested they are in you is to put a feeler out there and truly get to know them. So what I normally do when I'm first talking to somebody, I might just say, hey, or hey, beautiful, or hey, how was your day? You know, I'm not going to wait there and trying to come up with some extravagant line like, hey, I saw you last night. We had a great conversation. I hope your day is going well. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not doing all of that. I'm absolutely not doing all of that. In fact, when I'm at parties, back when I was still single, I would get like 5, 6, 7 numbers at a party. And I've had girls text me, oh, you're the guy that talked to 5 girls that night, huh? And I'm like, yeah, I was just having fun doing me. Like, there's nothing to there's nothing to like be shy about. There's nothing to, be apologetic about. Like, you're not my girl. Like, you understand? Like, so I'm living this life. I'm making these decisions. And guess what? You're not the only one who's interested. There are other people who are interested as well. Now, granted, when you get 5, 6, 7 numbers, there might be 2, 3 people who just gave you their number but don't feel like responding. Or maybe they don't remember you that night because you didn't spend a lot of time with them. But there's another 4 that are absolutely willing to communicate with you and maybe even meet up with you for drinks or to go out and talk or eat. And so one thing that I will tell you about the numbers game is that I think most people should start off with the numbers game. So I always go out and I get multiple numbers. I don't wait on one individual to get back to me and say, oh, okay, this is my individual. This is the person I talk to all night. We're locked in. We're good. Now, granted, if you talk to one person all night, the likelihood of you guys continuing conversation afterwards is like a 99%. Okay? If you do the strategy that I do where you talk to multiple women all throughout the night without a care in the world, there was a time where I used to talk to one girl, then I go to the whole other side of the party, and then I would talk to another girl. And then I go to the whole other side of the party and talk to another girl. And then I got my confidence level to where I would just talk to a girl. Next thing, I turn around, I'm talking to somebody else. If you don't want to talk to me after that, that's fine by me. I don't really care. And to be honest, the ladies love the confidence. They see it. I've even had girls at a party text other girls for me that I don't even know this chick. I'll give her my phone like, hey, text that girl, tell her I'm at a party. I don't even know you, but that's the type of vibe, that's the type of swag that I got that attracts women towards me to where I can hand her my phone and she's like, oh, okay, let me text this girl that you're doing so-and-so while I'm dancing with somebody else. I'm telling you, that's the type of life that I was living. It was fun, it was cool, but when you're in your 20s, you're young and you do things like that. Now, I'm not saying that everybody should be so outgoing, and I'm not also saying that you should just, I'm not essentially using anyone, but you're simply just having fun. And in the process of having fun, you're starting to do things that you're not accustomed to doing, right? Never in my life did I think that I'd grab 3 numbers, be dancing with another woman, a woman texts me on my phone, I hand it to another girl that I don't know, to then be texting her like, oh yeah, he's outside having fun doing his thing. And granted, the reason I did that is because she didn't meet up with me that night, so I ended up going out, and now I'm just surrounded by women who want to dance with me. Granted, there's a lot of guys at these parties, there's a lot of guys trying to get to know other women, but they see who's this kid who doesn't pop out all the time, who doesn't go out every single day with his drink in his hand, nice clothing on. You have to have your own style and swag. I'm not going to tell anyone how to dress as a man or woman, but just understand that, people see the confidence, people see, that smile, people see the charisma, people see your ability to just maneuver through a room and how you talk, how you speak. I honestly don't think that my voice and how I talk is too important, but I have been told I'm softly spoken, that I have a nice, comforting voice, and that it's not too aggressive, if that makes sense. And again, I don't like to state that too often because a lot of guys might think, hey, I need to lower my tone. No, not every girl likes a soft-spoken man. Some girls are going to like a more hot, low-toned man who can, exude that masculine energy at all times. But I exude that through my facial expressions, through how I look, through my muscular appearance, through, other ways to where I don't necessarily need to raise my voice or to be a deep talker. So like I said, this is one of those things that because I sing, because I rap, my voice is just more soft And you know, some ladies like it. I'm not saying all do. Not many people comment on it, but when they do comment on it, they seem to like my voice. So that is something that when you're in a crowd of people, I can guarantee you one thing is that nobody's running off because they hear my voice and they hear how I speak, right? Most people are going to be like, oh, okay, this guy is at least approachable. I can stand next to this person and have a conversation with them regardless of the situation, because he's not coming off loud. He's not coming off aggressive. Like, he's just coming off fun, having life. And if I want to be a part of that fun and that life, then I just got to step into that. And, you know, most women want to step into that. Most women want the excitement. They want that life. And so, getting back to it, you don't want to think too much about, you know, how you text a woman. I don't really think too much about what I say to them while in their presence. And in fact, there's a lot of reasons why I cut people off, especially women that I'm seeking a relationship with. And I'll talk about that in the next video, because, you know, that's going to make this one way too long. And so, you know, when you start to do that numbers game, though, you start to get a lot more, you know, preferences at your disposal. You get a lot more options at your disposal, and therefore your preferences are going to start to coincide with what you are truly looking for. Like, there's a lot of things that I do not go for whatsoever. And, you know, me saying these things might get me canceled, but you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say it. So certain things that I personally don't go for is kind of ironic too, because I am African, I'm African American, but most Africans like bigger women or heavy set women. I personally don't, right? I like a woman who is not necessarily a toothpick skinny, but I always like to say your stomach shouldn't be past your belt line on your pants, right? So if you have pants, and let's say you don't have a belt, that little strap, I would say, that is supposed to be around your waist, your stomach shouldn't pass that area. Now, if it does by a little bit, but it's not coming over, that's perfectly fine. But for me, anything above that is not ideal for me. That doesn't mean it's an absolute no right away, because you might have a lot of other factors that I absolutely enjoy, like your face. Do you have a pretty face? I'm not big on makeup. So if you wear a little bit of makeup, cool, but I'm not big on makeup. I don't necessarily like the batty eyelashes. You can have some extended eyelashes, but there's a lot of women who like to have those eyelashes that are just super big, super long, and you really don't know how they look once they put those things on. And so it is really not a good representation of themselves. Do they look pretty good when it's not the most gigantic things in the world that you are looking at? Sure, some of them may absolutely look good, but you do want some ladies who have decent eyelashes. And I'm not telling ladies that they have the best eyelashes in the world, because most don't. Most ladies don't have eyelashes that are as big as mine. If you look at my eyelashes here, probably not that good to see in the video, but listen, I've been told several times that I have very nice long eyelashes. And so this might not be considered long due to what we've been seeing in our communities in the last couple of years, almost like 10 years now. But for a normal human being, yeah, my eyelashes are pretty long. And so, you know, you kind of want to see a natural lady. That's just my preference. I like to see the natural woman. I like long hair. And when I say long hair, I'm not like extreme about it. Like I always say, just touching the shoulders. That standard has not changed my entire life. So if your hair touches your shoulders, I'm A-okay with it. If you just cut it, makes sense, super cool with it. If you wear some extensions in your hair, it's not a big deal. But if you got some dirty, stiff weave, I am not dealing with it. I am not dealing with it. It's the quickest way to just turn me off. So definitely my favorite hairstyle is pigtails. Always loved them. I just like the 2 pigtails just going straight down. It's so beautiful. And I love seeing different colors, whether it's blonde, whether it's black, whether you dye it red. It's just beautiful to see, you know, how creative someone can be with some pigtails. And if you got some long pigtails, those are absolutely stunning to me. Now that's just my preference. Every guy is going to have a different preference when it comes to hair types, ladies. So you can take that one with a grain of salt. But for me, that is my preference there. When it comes to physical attraction, I'm speaking to the ladies in general now. Most guys are going to have a different, you know, attraction level. Now, the type of woman that I'm attracted to, I would say 70% of American men are going to also be attracted to that type of woman. But then you're going to have men who are attracted to the exact opposite of what I'm attracted to, and that's absolutely fine. And so, like, if a man likes a woman with shorter hair, a little bit heavier, wears a lot of makeup and doesn't care about the eyelash thing going on, then hey, that's their prerogative. But as for me, that's not something that I'm interested in. And so those things can easily be a turnoff for me. Another thing that is a turnoff for me is, you know, seeing bad hygiene. So if your teeth are discolored, if your breath stinks, if your tongue is just pitch black white, those things can be a turnoff for me. Now, if you don't take care of yourself, your arms are hairy, your nails are dirty, your toes, especially for my African women, and I love my African women, but your toes cannot be looking all crusty. Okay? I know I said it. I know I said it. And listen, I do look at other cultures. I do see that they do not keep their feet undone, okay? Most cultures are going to have their feet done. Now, there are some cultures that I have not associated with because of religious beliefs that they may have. And, you know, I believe Muslims, from my understanding, they don't like wear cologne and things like that, which is perfectly fine based on your religion. But, you know, it may not lead to the most aesthetically smelling people. But, you know, most people don't, you know, carry that body odor. I will absolutely say there's a one-off situation that I was a part of when I was in school where I did have a teacher who always wore suits, and they did sweat a lot. And so it was very easy to smell them. And we knew that, you know, this teacher did not wear cologne or deodorant because of their religion. And so that was difficult in itself because we always knew that this teacher was going to come in and we were going to have to bear that smell the entire school year. So again, that's a one-off situation. I'm not even sure what religion that was entirely. I just believe that it was Muslim. I believe it was. Please correct me in the comment section if I am absolutely wrong so that I do not make that mistake again. But I just wanted to put that out there. So now that we've established that you should not care how you start the conversation, just starting the conversation will get everything started for you. And to be honest, it is absolutely up to you what you do with this next piece of advice. But what I will say is that I've had a lot of girls spin the block on me, come back around after I stopped talking to them. And a lot of the times that either comes from me being too nice, which is not the best way to go out. And that was earlier on. Or me just letting them know off rip, like, listen, I'm a man and I'm not dealing with that. And that always goes very well. So guys, take some tips. Sometimes you need to boss up and level up in order to live the life that you truly want to live. So when I was being nice, I was very, very young. I was in my teens. And, you know, a lot of the ladies wanted bad boys. And although I was not the nicest character, and the bad boys that they wanted couldn't do anything with me. They just wanted the appearance of a bad boy and not necessarily someone who actually was a man like I was. And so I wasn't going to stoop down some levels to accommodate someone's beliefs. I was just going to say, you know what, we're going in a different direction. And that's exactly what I did. I went in a different direction. And that was actually best for me. That didn't stop me from getting with ladies that actually had some common sense. And as I got older, I started to, meet more women who had more of a variety mindset, like more of a, let me figure out who this guy is, what this guy is into, what this guy has. And honestly, a lot more women are interested in a guy who is on his own, doing his own thing, and not in his mama's house 24/7 all day long, right? And so what it really came down to is when a girl would say, oh, I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do that, or if you want to see me buy a cab, or if you want to do this, we got to go here. I'm like, no, we're going here, or you're not seeing me, or you got to pay for yourself to come here, or you're not seeing me, whatever the case may be. And granted, a day or two may pass by, they're like, oh, wow, he really didn't pay for this for me. Oh, wow, he really didn't want to see me that much. And you know what? They're going to show up and they're going to be on their best behavior because they know that I do not care for all of that attitude. And that's what happens when you have an abundant mindset. That's what happens when you understand exactly what you want out of life. That's what happens when you have options. And so that's why I always tell guys, you know what? You start with the multiple numbers, because every woman may not be the right woman when you get 5 or 6 or 7 numbers, right? You might not even want to talk to 5 of them at the end of the day. All 5 of them that you got, you might not want to talk to, but you're not bored. But you have conversation now. You have people to interact with that you've already met from a party or from a social club, from an atmosphere. And so now when you go again, right? Because when I was in my peak partying stage, I would go to the club every Saturday. And as a guy, you could do that, right? Every Saturday I would go get 3 to 5 numbers. I was also on dating sites. So I had over 200 I wouldn't say 200 matches, but 200 likes on a dating site and probably like 50 matches. And so from the 50 matches, I'd probably be talking to like 5 to 7 people out of the 50 matches. And then I would also have about 15 people after about a month of communication through just going out and partying, right? So out of that 15, I condensed it to about 3 people that I was actually talking to. And then you got all these people on the back burner that kind of just disappear into thin air that you don't even keep in contact with. So now I got these 3 people. If I'm going to allow anyone into my life, you got to tell me why would I allow you into my life, right? Why would I allow you into everything I got going on? Are you going to be peaceful to me? Or are you going to be someone who, just kind of disrupts what I got going on? And so those things are now more important than what I normally see guys do, is start to cater to a woman to where they disregard their friends, they disregard their family, they disregard everything smart that they should be doing in order to just be up under a lady. And that is not the mindset to carry. And now we're going to get into the financial aspect of it, because that should never stop you from getting to a bag. Right? It should never stop you from getting to a bag. You should never be at a point where you are catering to a woman so much that you forget your purpose. Because once you forget your purpose, they're going to lose respect. I think, because I've never forgotten my purpose, and therefore I would never know. Like I've never had a lady tell me that, hey, I've been with you for X, Y, and Z long, and I just don't think that you're capable of being the man that I need you to be, or that this is going to work out. Never in my life. I can't even fathom that happening. I really can't. Like, if I don't say we're done, like, it's never done. You feel me? Like, it's never going to, they're staying within my life because they know that this guy is the guy. This guy is going to do what he set out to do. This guy is going to accomplish what he set out to accomplish. And therefore, there's no disruption going on there. Like, I'm going to keep investing. I'm going to keep working. I'm going to stay in shape. I'm going to be nice, clean. I'm going to continue to get the finer things in life. And so over time, it's like, where else do you go from here? Like, what else do you do from here? You know, like, I got it. And I'm not one to brag about things, like materialistic things, but those are the little things that come after everything else, right? And a lot of women don't care about how many things you have, to be honest with you. So don't take what I'm saying in the wrong mindset to where you think, oh, I got to get this, and that in order to compete out here. No, first off, they just want to know that you're confident. They just want to know that you're doing something with yourself. And then everything else will fall into line. Do not be somebody who's simping over somebody. Do not be somebody who is single-minded and doesn't have a majority mindset to where you're looking outside of this one person until they've proven that they're worthy of being taken seriously, until they've proven that they're worthy of being that one for you. Because a lot of the times, a lot of guys want to prove themselves so that they can pay all the bills, so that they can, you know, be the one holding doors and writing all these love letters in the morning, so that they can't be the one that got her feeding off of him, living in his house, doing all the stuff that, you know, he's already doing, still working, still doing everything else. And, you know, maybe she'll want to cook, maybe she'll want to clean, maybe she'll want to do all these other things that you've already been doing for yourself as an established young man. But no, like, it's not your job to prove yourself, right? You prove yourself through the work that you've done, and they fall in line if they want to be a part of that life. And so, you know, everything that I do is already proven. It's already in the pudding. You can look at my YouTube channel. You can see, okay, this kid puts in work. You can look at my Instagram and say, oh, he's doing his thing. He's putting in work. You can look at my life. You can look at what I do, my occupation. You can say, okay, he's putting in work. He don't stop. And so, you know, from a financial standpoint, he's set, he's good, he's doing whatever he's doing. And then from a physical standpoint, you can see, oh, okay, he don't miss no days in the gym. Like, after this, I'm going to the gym. After this, I got to get it in. I got to lift a little bit. So, like, these little things that I do is keeping myself on the right track. Yes, I have everything that I can ever want, but I'm not satisfied, because once you get satisfied, it is not okay. And I'm not telling everybody you got to go to the gym every day. It's best that you do, but I'm not telling you that you got to go to the gym every day. There were months where I didn't go to the gym. Nothing changed in my life. But now I feel much better. Now I look much better. Now I'm able to do more things. And, you know, that's a testament to just going to the gym and putting in work and caring about yourself, caring about your body. So with that being said, I think I'm going to wrap it up right here. If you like this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. You know I post every single day at 8 a.m. daily on YouTube and on Rumble. And I can't wait to see you on the next one. Peace.